It's a wonderful morning in the upper district of the city of Honduras. The upper city citizens stroll through the clean streets of splendor. Green parks and gardens scattered all around the district make this an even more peaceful and beautiful place. There are several places where artists show off their sculptures and paintings, making streets a beautiful, colorful venue to stroll through. The sunlight illuminates the white marble walls, reflects off the glass windows, and brings warmth to this heavenly district. Just off the center of the district is a huge estate with a huge mansion, nay, nearly a castle built on it. Several smaller buildings that serve all kinds of different purposes that people in the lower parts of town can only dream of are scattered around the building. The district is in fact filled with all of these estates of noble families and rich merchants that live a life of luxuries and decadence. The gated part of town that is the upper city is a place for the richest of the rich and most elite of the elite to gossip, scheme, and get even more rich or elite. There is, however, something more to this district of town. It is also the Mages District. Highly educated scholars of magic and sorcery have their towers and estates built here as well. The nobles and rich men often scheme, intrigue, and conspire for the favors of the mystical powers and secrets these mages hold. The sunlight shines through a window on the third floor of one of these noble estates. It radiates and illuminates the room with warmth and light that shines upon the big king-sized bed which is currently being made. The room is huge and could probably house a small family easily. There's a desk filled with different books and writing materials, a big clothing area with several dresses already laid out, made out of the finest silks and materials in all beautiful spring colors. There's a second room adjacent that shows a bathtub made out of wood for the person living this life of luxuries to bathe in. As you are making the bed, Maisy, would you describe your character for us, please?
All right. I am a woman in the 20s with long, straight black hair and very pale skin. I'm doing the bed very neatly, so everything looks very tidied up. And the clothing is rather simple and modest, which, a maid is dressed like that.
So as you're making the bed, you're folding the sheets and obviously cleaning them and making sure that the bed is looking good for when the noble daughter you are the maid for comes back home. She is currently on a walk with her mother to some other noble family you don't really know. You're not really sure exactly because they don't tell you much around here. You might be the first maid of this girl, but you're not really any high-ranking butler or maid in this house. So you don't really know where they are going, but you know that they are going, basically. As you're making the bed, you obviously also have to do other chores like change the water for the bathtub, make sure that the dresses are laid out correctly by the other maids, you organize the desk, and while you're doing your chores, you also have a lot of time to yourself. You're doing this morning routine, which takes about 30 to 40 minutes each day. So as you do this every day, I would imagine that Maisy probably has some kind of rituals while doing this. What things does she do first? What things is the things she does last? And how does she approach all of these chores, basically?
All right. So there's always the same chronological order in which I do stuff because one needs a routine, and I also don't like being disturbed by doing this. Although I'm a maiden, I'm also very good friends with the girl I'm the maiden for. And of course I care for her room and her residence there, that it's comfortable. So I always start with making the bed and laying the clothes on it afterwards. So her room is always tidied first in case she comes back earlier or would just like to hang out in her room by herself and read or anything else. So after her room is tidied, I open the windows to let in some fresh air.
And that's definitely possible. You have these huge windows that allow you to basically open a whole part of the wall to look out. And as you do that, you this fresh air hits you. This you feel the sunlight on your skin, and just take this moment really to appreciate where you are currently. You appreciate the life you are basically living, even though you're just a maid, right? You're still living in the upper city of town. You're still living a very healthy and good life right now. The place you're in and the beauty of the city really kind of overwhelm you a little bit with your senses in this moment. You see the sea in the distance, the blue water shimmering in the sunlight, as you hear this dull thud and humming as if a shockwave just passed through you and the estate. You turn around to look outside the other window to find the source of this, and then you see it. In the middle of the city, erupting from the sea of rooftops, you can see this giant, radiating blue beam of light shooting up into the skies, ripping clouds apart. How do you react?
First of all, I freeze for a split second of time. Then my first thought is about the girl I'm taking care of. So I close the windows and I rush outside of the room and would like to find anyone who has any information about her whereabouts.